everyone, welcome to my channel. Today I will be telling you all the things I hated about Ginny and Georgia, the Netflix series. I just want to preface this by saying I'm a counseling intern. I completed my bachelor's and my master's. I'm in my intern part of my program. So I do a lot of studying on relationships, mental health disorders, substance abuse disorders, and much more. I'm just gonna go ahead and jump into my list of why I did not like the series as much as I thought I would. Okay, so the series starts off very predictable, okay? It shows us this girl, Ginny, who somehow hates her mother. Starts off by showing how sexualized her mother is. So Georgia is super sexualized. She is known for dating this older guy who's super rich, and Ginny resented her mother for doing that, or for being with this guy. Spoiler alert, sorry, the guy, it starts off with the guy in the casket and he's gone or whatever. So they move to another town where she is the new girl, and it's just every stereotypical movie, new girl, mean girl, popular girl, kooky girl, hot guy. It's just like all of the tropes are in one series, and it's just kind of boring seeing that super predictable lineup over and over again. So it took a while for me to really get into the series because all of the relationships were super predictable but not really realistic in any type of way, really. I'm super happy that they had the main character be a person of color, you know, a mixed or black person. So I love that she was the main character because that's different. That's something you don't really see. She has really curly, kooky hair. I love it. My hair gets really curly like that too. And it's very difficult to manage, by the way. And so it was just really interesting seeing that type of dynamic. However, they made her be the very misunderstood, angry girl in class that has to be very combative with the teacher. And of course the teacher is racist and things like this, and like super predictable. I just feel like the parts of Ginny being very artistic and creative and intelligent were kind of overlooked. They did tap into it a little bit, but then it was kind of dimmed out and doused out because she was too over the top, or you know, she didn't follow the rules. And then there were other things about the show that just didn't really make sense, that were predictable but not realistic. So like the one lady who was also running for mayor, who was like this Karen type of lady. She was super in everyone's business and trying to change the laws and rules and get everything set up the way she wanted for some reason. She just had nothing else to do with her day, I think. She somehow breaks into the mayor's office, walks through the doors, everything's on lock, there's no key. She got into the computer, there's no password, or if there is a password, it's right under the laptop. Like, come on, guys. Like, that is just so unrealistic, and it's too predictable, and it's just never gonna happen in real life, you know? So, I just did not like that. Alright, so the second thing that I didn't like about Ginny and Georgia is the daughters hate their mothers trope or stereotype. From the beginning, Ginny's hatred, and I say hatred because there was a lot of times where I just didn't understand why she was angry at her mother, but the hatred between the two was just so overboard that it was almost bad acting in a way, because I just didn't understand. It didn't make sense. It's like, okay, maybe they're gonna show us in season 2, I'm not sure, but she just always held this big hate for her mother. And for what? Because her mom was very attractive, because she wore more scandalous type of clothing for her age group, which, you know, wasn't too revealing in my opinion. I thought she looked okay. It's just playing on these stereotypes that teenagers are so hateful to the world and don't like anything, and they hate their moms but love their dads, you know. And it's kind of like they were playing this thing where she idolizes her dad, who's never there, you know, deadbeat dad, never there, only comes here and there to provide this and that. And then to her mom, who provides her everything, food, clothing, love, protects her, hates her. Like, come on, why? I mean, it's true that teenagers go through hormones and they have moments where they might not be the most respectful, but to just straight up hate the person who's literally taking care of you and keeping you alive, you hate her but idolize this person who's never around. Like, that's just not typical of what you would see in someone who's missing a parent. A lot of times if teens or adolescents go through moments where they don't have a parent around, they actually have more resentment for the parent that's not there, not the person that's there with them. So I just hate that stereotypical relationship between the mothers and teenage daughters not liking each other or having this really hard relationship. It doesn't have to be hard. Some teenagers and mothers actually get along really well and communicate good. And I also think there's a little bit of just demonizing women who are really beautiful and attractive and date men for not money but for security, and I don't really see anything wrong with that. Yeah, it's just something that I didn't like about the show. Okay, so the third thing that I didn't like about the show, but I kind of have like this hate-love relationship with, is that they show all the women as catty or manipulative. For instance, the neighbor Karen lady who was running for mayor, she just wanted to run against this other person out of jealousy. Like, it kind of just doesn't really make sense to me, and I don't see that as something that would actually happen. And it was like the reasons why she wanted to go against this person is because she didn't like the other girl, and not because she actually wanted to make, you know, significant changes within the city. You know, some of the things that she was running for were just like superfluous stuff, you know, like the actual guy that she was running against, he actually has a history in politics and knew what he was doing, knew what he was talking about. So it was just wild to me that they threw that weird thing in there, but it's a show, so they have to make it interesting, you know what I'm saying? And then with the friends and the stealing episode where they like hid all the stuff on Ginny and framed her for stealing and were left out free. It was just a good demonstration of like colorism and how Black Americans are discriminated against. But it also showed how flaky her friends were. And it's true, like growing up in high school, your friends can be flaky and things like that, but that's to another extent. And I feel like we've just seen that so many times over and over and over in movies and media, period, that it was just kind of like, okay, this is kind of unrealistic, and just kind of like just added stuff that they wanted to do in the show, which is just like old news, you know? And then I just don't like seeing how, you know, the hot, nice guy is somehow always missed. It's just like not true. It's not realistic. Like, girls don't just go for the most powerful guy. Girls like nice guys, but they usually don't look hot like that freaking cafe barista guy. I don't remember his name, but I'll put a picture of him up here somewhere. But it's just like, he's super hot. Are you kidding me? Like, of course she would have liked him and, you know, something would have happened, but like, that just doesn't happen in real life where you meet a hot, nice guy. It's very rare, okay? It's very rare. So I just don't like how a lot of women are just shown as catty and manipulative. But I do like seeing the independence and strength in Georgia, but some of the drama is a little uncalled for. With all of that said, this show is one of my guilty pleasures because even though it's over the top and super dramatic at times, some parts in there are genuine and super cool to see. They're like my little Easter eggs that I like to look for. I'm like, ooh, that actually could happen, or ooh, that was a good representation of that type of thing happening in real life. But there were just a lot of moments where I'm just like, okay, that's too unrealistic. It's just like too much. Kind of takes me away from it. Alright, you guys, that's all I have for this video. If you want to see another one like this, please write down in the comments and I'll do another one when the next season comes out, or maybe I'll do a video on all the things that I do like about the show. Please check out my channel and all the other reaction videos that I have, and like and subscribe below, and I'll see you guys next time. Thanks, bye!